time to get your fix. Come on down, get your horrible gaming review. 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 Wow.
Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming, and welcome to another horrible game review. A few disclaimers before I get started as usual. The word horrible in the title of this content does not refer to the game or DLC that I am reviewing, but much more the content itself. I do snap judgment reviews here. I get 5 to 10 hours tops with a game before I review it. I'm just trying to give you whether an impression, whether you're going to enjoy it right off the rip or not. That, coupled with the fact that I think that video games are the most subjective form of art, I will not be giving a score to this review. Instead, I will give you an overview of what the game is. I will then tell you the pros and the cons of the game in my point of view, as all reviews are. And then I'll tell you whether I personally will be sticking with the game outside the purposes of this video. Alright, disclaimers out of the way. I'm super excited to do this one today. River City Girls 2. Okay, so it's been a little while since I did a review. Honestly, I've been cutting down a little bit on the spoken word content because of my voice, which you can hear right now. I want to get to some more reviews, but it is what it is. That being said, River City Girls 2 was not going to pass my purview. This game is phenomenal. It is a 2D brawler and just another addition in the Kunio-kun saga or the River City Ransom saga. Now, most likely you have played a River City Ransom or Kunio game at some point in your life because there are so many. Kunio-kun became kind of like a mascot for Tecmo. And in fact, it spawns all of the fighters that come before it. The very first side-scrolling brawler was Kunio-kun something something something. It basically means hot-blooded Kunio-kun. And in America, it was repackaged as Renegade for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, what does that have to do with this game? Well, what has to do with this game is I can unequivocally say, without any doubt, that this is the absolute best 2D side-scrolling brawler that I have ever played in my 41 years on this planet. I know, that's a big thing to say, considering the fact that there are so many. And I want you to know that my lifespan in gaming started with the Nintendo Entertainment System and has gone through just about every system until then. I have played, I would say, at least 70 to 80% of the side-scrolling brawlers ever made, ever in gaming. So, at least released in the US. So I feel that while I am not an expert, nor do I ever propose to be an expert of anything, I can say I'm about as close as I can feel very accurate about this. But I'm getting ahead of myself. What is River City Girls 2? Well, a few years ago they came out with River City Girls. This is a game that kind of capitalized off River City Ransom, but they did it in a different way. They based it off the girlfriends of Kunio and Ricky. The titular character, not the titular, but the main characters of River City Ransom and other subsequent games from then on. Don't get me wrong, that first game is good. I recently got to play it just before getting this. I beat it in a few days, and it was very good. You had a lot of the flair of the 2D brawler, which is the kind of of the River City specific 2D brawler, which is the go to any location. You have some ARPG elements with leveling up as well as learning new moves and whatnot. It was a great game. It was short. It was funny. It was cleverly written. It got to the point, and then it was done. A good indie through and through. However, this game picks up where it left off, and I almost feel like this game is really what they wanted to do to it. After playing the first game right before this, the first game feels like the first chapter of this game. This game is huge. It is absolutely massive for a 2D brawler scale. You have not only all the areas that you fought through in the first one, but many more areas that they've added to this. More enemy typing, more everything. I mean, that's really what they did. They took that base foundation from the first game that was really good, and they just poured the content on. What you do again, it's very snappy comedic writing, and you fight everything from street thugs to giant Arnold Schwarzenegger robots. And hey, what's a 2D side-scrolling brawler without some crazy enemy typing? I'm looking at you, Rue, from Streets of Rage 3. I think once you get down to it, the sprites are amazingly done. The combo system is phenomenal. And some people have said it's a little bit light in the beginning. I disagree. You earn money so fast, too, that you can then go to any of the dojos, buy new techniques to work into your combo system. And what's great is all of these characters play differently, but all of them are still able to be played in multiple ways, so that if you like a character but he doesn't quite play your style at first, you can mold him to your style through the maneuvers that you purchase and then use in combat. I think that's really great. You end up having a total of 6 characters that you can play, but you only start with 4. The 2 River City girls and then the 2 River City guys. Kunio and Ricky are in this one. We don't stop there. The first 2 major areas are all about unlocking 2 new characters. Provy from the underrated Return to Form River City Ransom Underground a few years ago that was kick-started. And then Marion, probably my favorite character, who is the girlfriend from Double Dragon. Yeah, the one that got punched in the stomach. She got sick of that and decided to start kicking ass. And that's what's even more cool about this game is the company that makes these games, they're the parent company for all of these Double Dragon brawlers. I mean, the only thing they don't really have under their umbrella is Streets of Rage. So you actually have both Jimmy and Billy. Their stories are kind of continued in this as shop owner, dojo owners. Marion is in there, and then there's just so many more throw-ins to actual fighting game stuff. Abobo makes appearances and everything. I mean, he was in the first one as well as the old River City Ransom Underground, but still, it's just amazing. As far as the story, it's really light on story, but it's comedic. I mean, you get kicked out of school, it's a convoluted, weird plot, and then you just walk through basically beating up the entire town. But these kind of games don't need story. They need enough to keep you going, and this one also keeps you laughing with really snappy and interesting writing. You then add in the soundtrack from Megan McDuffie, and I hope I said her name right, Megan McDuffie. I'm going to look it up real quick. Looked it up. Hey, what do you know? It is Megan McDuffie. I'm glad I got something right. Soundtrack is amazing. She has really cool kick-ass girl music, like that fight girl sound, comedic songs sung from the enemies that you're fighting. She also just does a great remix tracks based on old school Double Dragon and River City Ransom musics. I particularly like Marion's boss fight music, which just slaps so much I had to find it on the internet, and I just listened to it on repeat in my headset. So, pros and cons. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the absolute first time I'm ever going to do this in the history of all things. No cons. No cons. I'm gonna spoiler it. No cons. I can talk in the pros about what's better than other things, but this is a perfect game for what it's supposed to do, and it's definitely going to be on my list for Game of the Year next year. I know it kind of released November 14th, so I guess it was kind of technically part of this year, so it was in a weird spot, but I gotta say, this is absolutely one of the most phenomenal, this is the most phenomenal 2D brawler that I have ever played. There's nothing wrong with this. This is what I've always wanted from a 2D brawler. All of the 2D brawler deliciousness when it comes to action and fighting, coupled with all of the awesome skill buying. You can also buy items to replenish health, increase your stats. Then you can buy actual items that you equipped to give you different superpowers like status effects. This game is just so deep. It rewards exploration in a 2D fighting game. I can't say enough good stuff about it. So am I going to stick with it? Yeah, I'm definitely going to stick with it. I'm playing it all the way through. I'm streaming it on my amateur hour. I know, stealth plug. But I don't foresee me not playing this anytime soon, and I never thought anything was going to take the place of Streets of Rage 4 in my eyes. TMNT Shredder's Revenge came close, but I kind of feel like this game blows both of them out of the water with what it can do. Just on a whole, it can take something that's such a simple premise from our childhoods and put such meat on it that it takes that nostalgia that you're feeling when you're playing the game, but then couples it with all the stuff that you've come to love about modern gaming. The building, the numbers, the stats and everything. I would say the only thing that I wish this had that it didn't have is a character creator. And I hope River City Girls has one, because that to me would be the cream of the crop. I gotta say, I know it's a short one. I hate that my better ones are shorter ones, but it's just a phenomenal game, and anybody who has any interest in 2D brawlers or has never played one and wants to try them, this is the game. It does not get better than River City Girls 2. Okay, that's it. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? You can tell me in the comments below. You can also contact me on Facebook at OldManGamingDH, on Twitter at OldManGaming9. You can join our Discord. Links in the description below. Influence this and all of our shows from there. And then I will also be doing another feature probably later this week. 5 things we want to see from River City Girls 2. I don't know if it's getting DLC, and it's been a while since I've done a 5 things video, but this game demands it. So I'll see you guys then. And other than that, check out everything we have to offer. As long as you guys keep watching and listening to these, I'll keep making them. See you guys next time.